Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. What do I mean by this? Okay, in the modern era, there's a lot of information coming at us, right? And a lot of it is bullshit. And we all know this. School system indoctrination, bullshit. Mainstream news, bullshit. Mainstream fast food, bullshit. Government, trust the scientists, bullshit. And what happens is those of us who consider ourselves a little bit smart get a bit too skeptical, and we often fail to implement on the good advice from the older, wiser men who have lived and died, who are passing on their best information to us. And we even have the discernment to be able to detect that, oh, that's good advice, but we don't always execute on it. Or at least I don't, anyway. And that's something in psychology called the information bias. And that's a mistake. You're throwing the baby out with the bathwater there because you're just getting a bit too skeptical. Because you don't want to be a sheep who just, takes the advice and acts on it like a sheep. But once you have the discernment to be like, oh, that's good advice, act on it. You know, something as simple as keeping a fucking schedule. I couldn't do this in my 30s. How is that bad advice? That's obvious that that's good advice. Very, very simple advice. Or the 80-20 rule, focus 80% of your effort on the most important thing. I didn't do it. So take the obvious good advice and execute on it. You know, you might have a lot of theory up in your brain, but theory, if not acted on, you might as well have not known about it. It's like that old adage, the person who doesn't read is just as well off as a person who can't read, or something like that. That's the same. If you can read, but then you don't execute on it, then you might as well have not read about it. So remember, you are not above the process. Take the obvious, simple, tried and tested advice and execute on it. And finally, behavior change is only difficult for the first 90 days. All my good habits, like drinking green juice and songwriting, they're easy now. Even doing these videos are quite easy. It's quite easy for me now because I've done it for so long. It's only hard in the beginning, then it gets easier after the first 90 days. So don't be a big baby and don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.